people don't even really care for other people. Like, they only care what's beneficial for them. So
Facts.
that's go back to what Charity said, just pulling back and realizing, like, I'm really carrying the table. I'm carrying the unity. I'm carrying the friendship. Like, you're not
Hmm.
being there for me how I am for you. So it's just if you want it to work, you're gonna make it work. So that's how the table work. If we all gonna sit here, we gotta all make it work. If not, just leave the table alone.
Welcome to another episode of Trade Truth Podcast. Today's a special episode. We have part 2 of one of the biggest episodes on my platform. As you guys know, it is the women's episode. So, without further more introduction, I'm going to let the ladies introduce themselves. As you guys know, they're very special, independent. They all have something that they're unique at and wear multiple different hats. So, you guys can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ruthie. I was here last episode and I'm back for episode 2.
Kiana, and I was here for episode 1, and I'm back for 2.
Hey y'all, I'm Charity. I'm new to the couch, but I'm very excited to chit chat today.
All right, and just make sure everybody that's viewing give Charity a warm welcome to part 2. I just want to go ahead and just start off by doing a mental health check. I know before in the first part I did not ask you guys how you guys were doing mentally. We kind of jumped right into it. So, how are you guys doing mentally?
Doing good. I'm in a new apartment, my first place. My birthday's coming up in a few days, so I'm feeling good. I always love the end of the year.
It's the opposite for me. I'm ready for this year to be over with because I feel like I'm just, you start to get overwhelmed, but I'm ready for the new year. I think it's a season of depression. I thrive in the heat, so it's like the cold and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can agree. I'm ready for the year to end, but I'm excited, looking forward to the year to come. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in a good space overall. So yeah.
Okay, so overall, basically everybody just waiting for a new chapter. Um, I kind of want to ask a question about that. I usually ask a lot of mental health questions during my episodes, so I know last time we really didn't get to dive into it, but before we get to the bits and pieces of what today's about, just what do you guys think comes from a new year? Because in my perspective, it's just another day. So I know a lot of people wait till, in a sense, kind of I consider it almost the last second or uh a kind of false new beginning because it's really just another year, it's just another day. What do you guys think that new chapter resonates with in y'all life? What do you guys think you get from it just being a new calendar year?
Um, Honestly, I'm not that type of person where it's like I'm like so excited for the new year because I'm
Mhm.
always like be where your feet are because things could change as tomorrow. Like
Exactly.
I don't even know if I'll be here tomorrow, God forbid. So it's like I like to be where my feet are. But I think the new year, a big thing for me is just being able to see a new year because people pass away, things happen, and just being able to have a new home, work, have a job still going into the new year. I think like I'm just happy to have those blessings still going into a new year
Mhm.
when some people life are just drastically changing before we even get there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like I think I'm somebody that pride into the new year because, like you say, it's a new life, and I think I'm even grateful for being here. But also, I'm like a I start over every Monday. So I'm like let me wait till Monday. Like even when it comes down to the gym, I have not been in the gym in probably like a week now. So I'm like okay, a Monday type of person. I think for me, the start of a new year, it's like I forget everything in the past. And I think for me, it's like this new year is like a new time for me to really just forget everything in 2025 and look into 2026. I look at New Year's like a new life for me. Like
It's
every
a
new year.
reset.
Yeah, it's like a reset. Like I forget everything in 2025. So it's like a new life. So this life, like this year, 2025 was like, I have like a word that described whether it was like, it was a content year for me or it was a growth year. So I think that was my old life. 2026, this is new me.
Mm,
That's
for sure.
kind of, but the new year, new me thing be like cliche, but I genuinely look at it as like a new life for me. Like,
For sure.
I agree. I think it's a fresh start. I personally love a new year. How you said you start over like every Monday, every like month. I feel like it's like, okay, what will I do
Mhm.
this month? How will I do it? I just feel like you have so much ahead of you in a new year. Like, oh, I like a new year, and I start planning for my new year like now. Last year, I did a bingo card of like different goals I wanted to reach
Mhm.
throughout the year. I didn't get bingo, but I crossed off a lot of them. So it's just exciting to see everything that I'll plan to get done in the year ahead, so
Mhm.
and I
I
think
love it.
like as a whole, you could see like I think it's a self-reflective thing because you get to see as a whole year what all happened. And
Mhm.
so I think in the end, it's like, wow, this, that, this, it's like you could take a count for different things. So that way, I think for my new year, it's like, okay, this is what it was for last year. Let me try to see for this new year, like, what is it going to be? So I think that's why I genuinely appreciate having a new, fresh feeling, a new, fresh start. Because it's like 2025 me is not going to be 2026 me, like genuinely.
Mhm.
Granted, I think I reflect and I try to get better every day I wake up. I want to be better than I was yesterday, but I think it's something about it being a whole nother year in the end when you write a date instead of 2025 is 2026, you know?
For sure. So my next question is going to lead into this. So as you guys are saying something about a new chapter and just a new leaf in general, I know, like Ruthie said, anything can change in a split second, being tomorrow, a week later, anything. God forbid, of course. But with that being said, has something this year specifically happened to you guys? You guys don't have to go in specifics, but has something happened to you guys that may have been traumatic or that have may seem like a loss? And what I'm going with is, how did you guys handle it? Is that something that's gonna turn or bleed into the next chapter, or is that something that you put in the past, and how will you put that in the past?
I didn't really go through anything this year as a loss. Like, honestly, I feel like 2025 was a great year for me. Like, I had lost a lot of weight. Like, I took my health more serious because I remember last episode I talked about the PCOS.
Mhm,
So now that we're back, that episode was like June, and now we're in December. Like, I went from 274 to 230. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
congratulations.
people will be like, "Oh, the new year, the gym," but it was like, no, like I'm not even the same from last month. So
Mhm,
that's why I still feel like I take it as where my feet are. Like, I
mhm,
lost weight, I moved. Like, my car, I only owe 5K left. Like, these are changes that's happening so much even in today's time. So
mhm,
I really feel like 2025 was a great year for me. Like, I learned a lot about myself. The discipline that I prayed for most definitely was implemented this year for sure. So
that's
I couldn't
good.
even really speak on a loss this year at all.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can agree. I can say 2025 I didn't lose, but I think I went through a lot of character development this year that I was forced to go through. So I
Mhm,
think it's I looked at it as a negative at first because it results in me losing a lot of friends that I thought I was going to be close with still. Like I'm talking about day ones and
mhm,
even situationships that I thought maybe was my person or maybe like somebody that I seen something further with.
mhm,
So I think I feel like I went through a heavy character development, and at first I looked at it as negative because I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, "Wow, this year is terrible." But really, I think in the end, which is why I feel like December is so overstimulating for me because I really look at everything and be like, "Wow." When I go back and look at my phone in January, I'm like, "That was literally just this year," and I
mhm,
don't even think like that. I don't even dress like that. I don't even talk like that.
mhm,
So I think it wasn't a loss, but I definitely went through character development, and I think how I cope with it is just realizing if you want that next chapter, if you want that new life, and if you are serious about getting better and progressing and becoming a better woman in general, I think realizing that things are gonna happen, people are gonna get out your way, especially if you are spiritual, like, God is going to move and do what he needs to do, and I think I had to accept that this year, even just with, like, letting certain things that I thought was going to be what it was away. I really took my hands like, I really tried to not be such a control freak with my life this year, and I really think that that is what prepared me. So I think I'm really excited for
mhm,
next year because the character development I went through this year, I can only imagine, like, what this was preparing for. Here I go
mhm.
again. Preparing for next year.
Yeah, the preparation is key.
Mhm.
So that's good. Charity?
So this year I did get laid off. That was a
Mhm,
big change, definitely a loss. But and it was my first big girl job, so I'm like, okay, where do I go from here? I definitely
mhm,
spent a few months unemployed, and it was the best of times, but it was the worst of times. 'Cause it was summertime, so I wanted to be outside.
mhm,
Thank God I had savings and faith that
mhm,
got me through all of it. I mean, I was able to still have fun in the summer and whatnot. I put my pride to the side and I got unemployment. Not bad. Not bad, and I mean, like I said, it was really the faith through all of it because I was paying tithes on my unemployment checks, and I
Yeah.
had another job by, like, July. I got laid off in March, and I got another job in July,
Mhm,
and so that was just something this year that I definitely had to, like, pivot from, something I had to keep going after it happened, but I knew that, God had good things in store for me.
for
I knew
sure.
that my talents were to be used somewhere,
Mhm,
and even, without a steady job, I still had time and, like, a passion that I could feed stuff into, like my time into.
Yeah,
So
for
Yeah.
sure.
it
So,
was a good year.
yeah, that's and congratulations to all you guys for staying strong through it. You know what I mean? And just, speaking for me, I went through a lot of different things and my life has been up and down, but I kind of feel like through everything, through the chaos, I kind of did what Keanu said. I had self development. I had characteristics that I didn't know that I personally had. I had to dig deep. And this was going on when I was recording. This was going on when I was with y'all. So it's different things that was going on, and just being able to meet so many new people and interact with different people on my platform, it kind of developed me into the man that I am today. So I appreciate you guys for coming here more than you guys even know it. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for everything that I went through, good or bad. But this leads into my next question. You guys are strong, but it may not be others that are as strong as you guys. How would you uplift other women or just other people in general to just be as strong and have faith going into the new year? Because I know with me, I lean mostly on God, but I also lean mostly on myself too, because it's more of a mental thing. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you'll never get to that next step. So what advice do you guys have for mainly other women, but also other people in the world that may not have that faith or may not have that strength to keep going?
Um, I don't know. I always say me and God work hand in hand.
Mhm,
Cause people will really sit all day and pray, 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 but that's not enough. Like,
Hello.
and I think we all supposed to have faith, of course,
mhm,
but I really despise people who think it's just prayer and then you just go to bed. Like, for example, with the move, like that was a big, big change for me because I've been home all my life and I got 3 siblings. So I've been home all my life. Like I've never even went away for college. But for the move, like I was so worried about like being away from, even though we live 10 minutes apart now, but just not being in that home. But it was like I had to do the work with having my faith, working, saving, having that discipline, and God will see that. So it's like when you're doing the work physically and doing what you're supposed to do, God will handle the rest. And I think people don't understand that. Like you can't just put all your faith in God and just, it is what it is. Like you have to do the work physically. If you're not doing the work, it's just all a waste.
Right.
yeah,
Faith
I
without
agree.
works is
It's
dead.
dead.
Yeah, and I'm very big on that. Like, I really don't like lazy people. Like, for the gyms, it was days I was waking up where I did not wanna go to the gym. Like, I
mhm,
was so sleepy, but I just knew, like, to better my health and really have a longer life, especially health as well, I had to get up. Like, I had to get up. Like, I had to wake up. I had to get up, and I went to the gym every night too. So it's like I had to get through those nights. If it was raining, still go. Like, after
mhm,
cooking dinner, still go. Like, if I had a long day at work, once I close that computer, still gotta go.
mhm.
So it goes back to doing the work, like,
Well,
just do the work.
well, to rebut off that before you guys go ahead and go, I think that comes from people not knowing the results. I think a lot of people have a vision of cheating. They would rather know what the results is going to be versus actually doing the work.
But you'll never know the results though,
Right.
But
because
but
I done
that's
been to the gym multiple times. I used to
mhm,
go to 24-hour fitness when they first opened. I done went to Crunch. I done went to all these gyms, and I never lost the much weight that I did now.
mhm,
So it's like, you never know the results. Like, we're doing all this blind if we're being honest. God
mhm,
God has a plan, but we can't really sit next to him and be like, "Oh, pull out the book and let me see it."
mhm,
So it's like, we don't know the results of nothing. Like Charity said, like, she went without a job, but it was like she got a job within a couple months. She didn't know that
mhm,
probably was gonna happen.
yep,
But she still had to have faith and pay her tithes and just do what Charity wanted to do, and God was gonna bless her once she turned
mhm.
around.
He
But
did.
So, yeah.
that's why I feel like people don't start because
Because they
of
wanna
that.
know they be like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
before I
So,
start, it's like before I invest this time, I need to know if this is gonna work. That's just
mhm,
like money. When you invest money, you wanna know, "Hey, am I gonna get a return?"
yeah,
So, I think but it's all a risk thing because 'cause you're never gonna know completely.
Literally.
mhm,
And so, like, that's why I be saying one of my mottos is, "You have to go through stuff to get through it." Like,
mhm,
that's really any advice I can give to somebody. You can't avoid certain things because you can't get the result if you don't do the process.
mhm,
So that's any time like my clients come lay down and they be telling me stuff and they be like, well, I don't know. I always say you have to go through stuff to get through stuff. And honestly speaking, I appreciate those times where I have to go through it because in my mind, I know I'm finna, at one point, I'm going to be like, I got through it.
mhm,
Because if not, then it's nothing. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I live my life every day. No matter when sometimes stuff is not adding up, I'm finna lose my mind. I be like, this is gonna be something I laugh at probably next week, probably tomorrow because
mhm,
I went through it. So I look at every storm like, you know what, the sun gonna be out probably in a few months. I just need to wait it out and I just need to take this time. Maybe I'm going through this and like I say, character development. I'm going through this to teach me something, to really
mhm,
realize like I used to be a very busybody, fast person. I think God really sat me down this year. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think he really sat me down and really had me realize I was a very like this year was very content for me. I feel like as somebody that's used to having this going on, having that going on, having this going on, to really sit down, and I'm not in school, I didn't graduated. I think to sit down, God really sat me down. And to me, I was like, this ain't me. Like, I usually got this going on. I'm doing this, that, this, that, this.
Mhm.
And I think he sat me down and I looked at it as negative. I'm like this, Kiana usually known to have this going on. And so I think I appreciate those times. I appreciate those times because I think sometimes it'd be a step back. Sometimes you have to take a step back to really look and process things too. I
Mhm.
think sometimes he takes things away, put you through things to make you more grateful. So that way you can receive the things that he is gonna give you again. Like I even take little stuff like in church, they get a message, they be like, how do you want more if you can't even be grateful for what you have now? Like, why would like that's even with gifts? Like, why would I keep buying you something and you don't even show me you're appreciative for the little stuff? Why would I go buy you even more stuff? I'm not finna
Yeah.
buy you nothing.
But that's all a part of moving too fast. When you
Yeah,
move
for
too
sure.
fast, you pass by everything. That's like the same thing with the saying. If you look in your review, you're gonna pass your blessings. You always looking behind you. If you moving too fast, you may not see this one sign, this one blessing that you truly need to take time and look at and cherish. You may miss that. And that's gonna fuck up your whole timeline.
But sometimes people don't even be seeing sometimes they do be results though.
It,
They
it,
might not be big, but sometimes people don't even touch 1,000. Like
mhm,
that's a blessing. Even if your sales go from 200 to 1,000 in a month.
mhm,
Like, or even if you lost 10 pounds for the month. Or like, just little stuff, even that be a blessing that people should appreciate. But I don't think
mhm.
people really look at that because we always so focus on a bigger result, a bigger gift.
And
Like,
I
no,
Right.
sometimes the little
mhm.
stuff it's big that other people may never get to see.
Yeah, and I can dive right into that where that comes from, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave that alone. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Terry.
just and like what y'all were saying, like sometimes you won't even realize that you are in an answered prayer because you're
Yes.
already
Mhm,
looking towards the next thing. Like it's good to always have forward thinking, wanting more, but definitely be appreciative of where you're at, where God
mhm,
already brought you to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as far as, pushing through things for the year and just, like, pushing through hard times when they come, I really think you just have to show up for yourself and know that eventually, like, yes, you have your faith in God, but you do have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps
Yep.
sometimes. No one is gonna come save you.
mhm,
You're gonna have to just, do what you can and just go into it with a positive mindset. I am, like, the ultimate, like, optimist for my friends, like, any kind of, like, pessimist thinking, I'm like, "Well, did you try this? Have you tried this? Did you think
mhm.
about it like that?" Like, they probably get a little aggravated with me because 'cause I'm like, "Did you haven't tried everything, or even if you
Yeah.
have, like, okay, well, go to sleep, wake up, try again. Think about it a different kind of way," like, you gotta keep going.
Mhm,
You just gonna stop? You have to keep
exactly.
going, so just have a positive mindset about things, have a community to talk through things with and help you, have some not like have someone like me, but have someone to give you another perspective
Mhm.
to things, I think so.
Yeah, and I always have a saying, like, when people ask me how I keep going, I just say, "What else will I do?" It's kinda like I feel like my engine, which is my heart, like it can't stop until I'm dead. Like I got to do something. You feel me? It's a lot of people that risked a lot of things and took a lot of sacrifices in order for me to become the man that I am today. And I had to go through a lot of shit to become the man that I am today. So it's like I'm not finna lose all that just because I want to stop and just because the comfort is looking so beautiful at the moment. I feel like a lot of people ideal comfort because it's easy, and it's just it looks nice, especially when people see other people comfortable. They're like, "Damn, all right, they doing, Imma do it too." But for me, I can't do that because if my engine stop, I'm basically dead. I'm either broke, I ain't got nothing going on, or you know what I mean? In today's society, you can't really be broke. Like, you know what I mean? And not just saying like just for looks and the aesthetics of it, like you really gotta have something going on if you wanna survive.
Mhm.
The world is it's in a cold place right now.
Bacon is $15. Like, I went to Publix the other day and I'm like, God dang. My bad. I just had to say that. Like, seriously
Yeah,
though.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. We talked about that too, Ruthie. I remember she commented on the price of milk the last episode.
Yeah.
And I kinda wanna dive into what happened last episode. Charity, you wasn't here, but we can kinda discuss as a pulpit before
Tell
we
me what
could
happened.
continue. It was a lot of positive, but a lot of negative feedback. Um Most of the feedback came from you guys speaking, I don't wanna say of the male aspect of things, but, a lot of men, which I kind of figured was gonna happen, they had an opinion on how you guys were speaking of yourselves, in the aspect of saying that you guys want this certain thing, in this certain way. The question I'm gonna ask is basically, how do you, in a sense, and I know I think I asked this last time, how do you weave out unintentional man? Ruthie, I know you're in a relationship, but just even unintentional friends. Because I feel like as women, especially when it comes to males, you kind of got to be very strategic with how you plot out who is your friend. Because everything these days is either with ill intent or just completely negative. A lot of people are nosy. Just be honest. A lot of people are fucking nosy. They want to be around you because of who you are and what you bring. So how do you guys weave that out?
What's the experience?
Especially
Um,
because all of you guys, y'all have something successful going on. So a lot of people want to gravitate to you, but how do you weave that out?
you know I'm the queen of letting friends go. But,
You are?
yeah, don't be next. But was about to say, even I always tell people, even though I'm in a relationship, like, I'm still gonna speak, like, I really don't
Mhm,
care. But, it's just but that's their problem, though. If they wasn't so worried about why we're so in our way, they
mhm,
would be able to do that for themselves. Because a lot of men as well, let's use the Ty Lil, the streamer, right?
mhm,
He's in a relationship, and before the girl's been with him for quite some time, and now he's getting so big, da 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 da. And just because he's seen someone beautiful, he fell for that temptation, and she turned around and made an accusation, even though he came with the proof. But it's like, imagine if you stood on what you believe. I'm in this relationship. I've been working my ass off. I built this. I'm not gonna let nobody come in between us. But
mhm,
sometimes if y'all don't know what y'all want, y'all fall for anything.
mhm,
So for me, I'm intentional in everything I do. I'm intentional in what I say. I always tell people this. It's rare that I apologize to people because I know what I say to people. I know what I expect out of people because that's what I'm giving to you. So, yes, I know what I want. This is what I want in friends. This is what I want in a man because that's what I am for you. If I'm being there for you, if you need $20, if I need $20, I would expect for you to be there. And I'm not doing it just for the give back, but it's like I would expect you to be there for me.
mhm.
Or if you need me to come, if you waking me up at 3 in the morning, come pick you up from a nigga's house because you were just boohoo crying, y'all got into a fight, I would expect if something happened to me, you come be that for me.
Reciprocation.
So people are too comfortable with half-ass, and that's the problem.
Mhm,
When you get so comfortable with half-ass, you accept half-ass. I'm not a half-ass person. I go all out for everyone, my siblings, my parents, my man, my friends,
mhm,
my whatever it is, I go all out for everyone around me.
mhm.
I don't want no one to half-ass me or just my character as well. I'm very big on my character.
For sure.
I don't want anyone to ever have a way of bad mouthing me or I did something wrong. Even though people do that when they realize you're holding them accountable to a behavior
Mhm,
and they run around and tell the wrong side of the story. But it's like, no, like I would expect you to treat me how I treat you. So
mhm.
yeah, I really don't be caring about what they said about, how we are. But it's just like as a woman too, people will give you the short end of the stick if you let them.
Mhm.
And I don't want the short end of shit. I want
Mhm,
the whole loaf.
The whole
mhm.
stick.
And yeah, and if I can't get the whole loaf, I'm gonna find a way to make it myself.
Yep.
So it is
Word
what
up.
it is. If people wasn't accepting half-ass, they wouldn't even have an opinion on me not wanting half-ass.
Mhm,
I think it comes with, like, having discernment too, and I think that ties into, like, knowing yourself and standing on your boundaries. I feel like if you don't know yourself, then you're not going to know your boundaries, which then you're going to allow people to do and come in and do what they please. Like Ruthie said, I feel like it starts internally and then it will show what you allow people to do to you. Like, so me, my answer is having discernment and having those boundaries. I feel like I am someone that has learned myself well enough to know there's just certain things that I deserve because, like you say, I can reciprocate it. If you call me and I'm coming to get you, I would expect that in return. And if not, like you said, that's half-assed. Why would I expect that when I'm giving you all of me? Why can't you do the same? So that's how I weave it out with guys. Like I feel like if I'm giving you if I'm giving you me, I expect certain things in return.
mhm,
And it doesn't have to be transactional. Sometimes it could just be there for me mentally, emotionally. And so that's having that specific boundary. Like certain things like what I treat like when I'm hanging out with somebody, that whole like let me know when you home thing, like I take that serious. So little things like if I'm talking to a guy, if you're so intentional, if you want to see a future with me, if you know I'm out late, I want to make sure if roles was reversed, let me know when you make it home. Call me. Hey, if you don't ask me when I make it home, you know what I'm saying? That's half that's to me because do you care about my well being? Do you care about my safety? I'm a young woman. It's
mhm.
past a certain hour of the night.
For sure.
So that's kind of how I peep. It just be little stuff like that. And I have my boundaries because my dad texts me, my mom texts me. Why can't you? My friends, why can't you? You know?
Mhm,
Yeah.
for sure. Charity.
I'll say when people are, like, unintentional, I feel like you can first of all, you can tell, like,
Mhm.
you didn't come with intentions, like, you just kinda doing
For
whatever,
sure.
thinking, "I'm just gonna go with whatever," and I
Mhm.
think one thing this year is that I've scaled back on doing things for the plot, and I myself try to be more intentional, so I wanna have people around who are the same way, whether it be friends or, with men. I recently am off the streets, but when I was there, like, just the men coming around, like you said, if they're not checking if you got home, and things like that, and just I don't know, just not bringing a lot to the table, I guess you could say,
Mhm.
but I don't know, just treating things is extremely casual. I could tell that you don't have any like you're not thinking about this going any further than maybe a little bit of text messaging, some linking up or anything like that. But I'm like, okay, this is not. And really, how you weave out the intentional men is just to, I mean, leave them where they at with
For
their
sure.
non-intentions. So
Mhm.
Right,
Even
because
with
being
the
inten
linking up, it's like if you only want to see me at a certain amount of time, like a night, or like you're not really intentionally planning nice dates or activities. Like, do you even like me, or you just trying to get my draws?
But see,
exactly in that era, I feel like it's just done for me.
Yeah,
I
people
yeah.
I
get
want more.
Yeah,
old.
yeah, for sure. And you just said something. I seen this on a podcast too. I'm a serious podcast watcher. You said the table. And this is a huge debate with society. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because like y'all two are off y'all out of the streets. Y'all happy. It's all you gonna get you gonna get there. Y'all are happy with y'all partners and everything like that. So it's good to have different perspectives with this question I'm about to ask. What is the table? What I'm not in a place where I'm disagreeing with like I know what you have to do, especially as a man. But what is the table? Because I just want to know honestly, because to me, if you ask a regular Joe Blow, they'll say it's a folding table where it has to be 50-50. And if you kind of think about it, in today's time, that's really not ideal, depending on the circumstances. So, what is the table? Is it a full table? Is it a folding table? What kind of table is it, and what kind of table do you expect from? Shit, it could be friends, relationships, whatever. What is the table?
I think a table is a foundation. That's how I look at it. It's the foundation, and then you add to it. And I think the foundation, like, really that's the only word in the foundation from it doesn't specify from who in. You get what I'm saying,
Hmm.
kinda? So that's kinda like all I have to say about that.
Think like in terms of what you bring to the table, I think it's a very overused metaphor, first
Hmm.
of
For
all.
real.
And it's like it just sounds bad at this point. You say, "Oh well, I bring this." Girls will be like, "You're a pick me," or if I say, "I am the table," then men are like, "She ain't got nothing." You know what I mean? So I feel like my table is to be discussed with who is sitting on the other side of the table.
I
Because
like
in
that.
different friendships, I bring different things. In different relationships, I bring different things. He brings
Hmm.
different things. You know what I mean? So I mean, the table. I'm tired of talking about the table,
It's
honestly.
oversaturated.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
I think I don't even really use the table, but I would say just the unity. Like, I think that's what it really is. Like, because in today's time, 50-50, or a man doing everything, it's people in corporate getting laid off. I'm on LinkedIn like it's Instagram. So it's like there's people out here with children that are getting laid off, and the wife probably have to pick up the slack. So I don't really look at the 50-50 thing at all. But I just made a post on my story the other day of this is my first time living with the man and my first time living on my own.
Hmm.
And I already set the expectations before we even touch that door. Like, if I'm doing the cooking, you want me to cook after a long day, I would expect for you to clean. Like, I don't clean the dishes. It's rare. Like, I'll cook and then I'll put everything in the sink. He cleans, he take out the trash. Or if it's like, I'm cleaning the kitchen, the living room, you clean the bathroom. Like,
Hmm.
and I think just as a man, if you really love your woman or you want this to work, you would do the work as well.
Hmm.
So I don't really believe in the 50-50 thing. My boyfriend works a great job. I work a good job as well. He has his degree. I'm looking to go back to school. So we have conversations about, okay, are you going to pick this up more now that I got to go to school? Or like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever benefits the relationship at the end of the day. And then to touch on friends, I always say being friends isn't rocket science. I just had this conversation with my little sister. She just graduated from the Army. Shout out to Marla.
Oh,
And
I love
through that time, she got her phone every Sunday.
Hmm.
But it was one Sunday she was very distraught because the friends that she was always hanging out with, my mama always had to keep calling her to come back home. They wasn't really reaching out to her, sending her any letters. And in that moment, I think that was her first time really realizing how friends work.
Hmm.
And I had to even be a big sister and put them in a chat like, hey, like y'all at our house all the time. Y'all always want my sister to do this. Y'all even call me to come help y'all. And my sister got to wake me out my sleep to come pick y'all up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like nobody think to send her a letter. So I think if even with that, like, you know, if someone's always there for you, being there for you, and they, especially at times like being in the Army going through a boot camp, it's like a letter isn't nothing. Like, just say, hey, checking up on you. I hope everything's going good. How's your experience? People don't even really care for other people. Like, they only care what's beneficial for them. So
Facts.
that's go back to what Charity said, just pulling back and realizing like, I'm really carrying the table. I'm carrying the unity. I'm carrying the friendship. Like, you're not
Mhm.
being there for me how I am for you. So it's just if you want it to work, you're gonna make it work. So that's how the table work. If we all gonna sit here, we gotta all make it work. If not, just leave the table alone.
For sure, and I 100% agree with all of you guys. I think it really much varies who really is on the other side
Yeah.
because I can't I tell people all the time, I can't treat you how I treat other people because it depends on how you treat me. If you treat me like shit, I'm not gonna treat you like my best friend. I'm not gonna treat you like you my mom, like you my auntie, like you my cousin, like you family. Like I'm big on reciprocation. Like I'd be damned if I go over and beyond for a motherfucker that don't even give me an ounce of love. Cause it's easy to give. People just don't want to give it, or people just think they don't have to.
But we also live in a generation where everything is a money amount too.
Mhm.
Like, I be really peeping. People will feel like, oh, if you didn't buy me a gift, I'm not gonna buy you a gift. But
Right.
It's the same thing with birthdays.
this person probably wasn't in the space financially to get me a gift.
Mhm.
But whenever I needed to talk on the phone, they was there. Whenever I needed someone to come to be my plus one, they was there.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is gonna make me want to go hard because even if you couldn't be there financial wise and everybody pockets are different, you still showed up when I need you to show up. So I think if people started changing their perspective and realizing like sometimes the reciprocation isn't going to be the exact same, but they're still reciprocating in
Right.
some way, you still have to value that.
Mhm.
And that's just like what I even when they talk about gifts and stuff, like, oh, he bought me this and I bought him that. But it's like this nigga wiped your ass when you couldn't wipe your ass. Like this nigga wiped your tears. Or this girl carried you when you couldn't carry you and you couldn't even vent to your dogs. You sat on the phone with her cry from your manhood. Like just stuff like that. It's like value those as well.
Mhm.
Right, like
Savor
you
every
said, even
moment.
with the dollar amount to it, like, oh, she bought me $100 perfume. I mean, she only bought me a $25 gift card. I'm not, but I want to get her this perfume, but it's $50. Get it. If that's what you want to get her, get it. Why is
Yeah.
everything got to be such down to the decimal? Like,
Yeah. Some
get that girl
people
that I literally had somebody ask me, they was like, so this person bought me this gift that was X amount of dollars, but it's this gift that I know she want, but it's more than what she got me. And I was like, well, do you want her to have that? Yeah, but what she got me wasn't get the gift. What would you do?
at least she got you something
Like you got
Mhm.
especially
exactly.
when milk ain't the price of milk no more. Like,
Hello. So it's just like, why is everything down to that? I don't look at that. Okay, my friend could get me a $20 Ulta gift card. It's the thought that counts. You know that I'm into makeup. You know I'm into these beauty
yeah.
things. Okay, now if you want something, if you want a purse that's 50 or whatever case may be, if I'm able and willing, I will do. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I feel like you say, everything came all the way down to the decimal.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have to catch myself sometimes too. I know you mentioned birthdays. Like I know I'll see someone on Instagram, it's their birthday, and I go to like I start typing out happy birthday. Then I said,
yeah,
hold
you go
on.
back.
I said, let me go on these messages.
Oh, no,
Let me
I'm
see if
still
they
standing
wish
on
me
that.
No,
happy
I'm
I
still
was
standing
I
on
was just
that.
gonna say.
So that don't get a pass.
No,
Cause
no,
a
no,
happy
no.
birthday don't cost not a dollar.
No, for real.
So it's like you can't text me. A happy
Hey,
birthday don't
I
cost not
gotta
a
go through
dollar.
them DMs
hey,
real quick, like, hold on.
hey.
Right.
Like, you ain't
I'll
even
be like,
tell
if
me
I
happy birthday.
already started to tell her, I'm like, clearly, I'm like, let me just tell the person happy birthday.
Oh,
I'm
no, I
already
erased
was
the
gonna do
message.
it
Yeah,
at
I
that
erased the
point.
Oh,
message.
I don't go that far. If I already text you, it's like, oh, whoop de doo. But it's
No,
like,
But then I
before
scroll up and I'll be like, 20.
Ru-
if I already sent it,
Ruthie already saying like when she typing
when
it and
as
she
I'm
look,
typing it, if I check and it ain't,
then
you
she
I'm
delete.
just
a
yeah.
deleting.
Oh yeah,
I
for
like the
sure. But
story,
if it's
but
sent already, then it's just
no.
like, But no, the happy birthday, cause that's free. So it's
No,
just
for
like if you
real,
can't
like,
text me, then that's
and
crazy.
I love people' birthday. I don't know, I'm big on birthdays. So it's like I always love
Yes.
to send a little happy birthday text. I
well,
love y'all know my birthday post go serious. I love birthdays.
well,
Yes,
I'm
it's
gonna
cute.
I'm gonna throw a curveball at y'all because we all have, in a sense, businesses and things that we run. So would you do the same thing with support? Because support don't cost nothing. So are you still gonna support people if they don't support you fully? Let's just say they do it partially, like I'm gonna say at once a month. Are you still gonna support the people if they're your friends,
I'm
of
gonna
course?
give you a good example. Y'all all follow me on Instagram. So y'all
Mhm,
know my word is so golden. Like I could go post broccolini I bought, I'll see people go buy the broccolini. If I post a
mhm,
restaurant, everybody go. And I notice people vary. It kind of creep me out sometimes. But I notice people will send me stuff and ask me to repost it, and they've never reposted anything of mine. Even if it's
mhm,
just a content video or reel. That I'm not doing because you only want me to repost it because you know that my followers will see, oh, Ruthie posted this,
mhm.
and I know like Ruthie fuck with them. So let me go test it out. Even if it's
Facts.
my hairstylist, like I done seen people say their bookings went up just for me posting it, like, "Yo, this girl do hair good, this makeup is good." Like, you know what I'm saying? People would message me like, "You think I should go to so and so?" And I'll be like, "Hell yeah, like, I like their work." But once I start notice like you're really just trying to use my platform and you ain't even give me a chance, even if you had only 2,000 followers, this Instagram I had to make new, and I'm only at 3. And my last page was larger, but I still show love. But
Mhm.
I feel like no, like I'm not doing that. I really don't give a damn. Like all that support Black business shit. Fuck out of here. Like
No,
if you
for
couldn't even repost anything of mine and you sitting here sending me your business, I'm not reposting it. Like, and
Mhm.
then why are you going out your way to send it to me to repost regardless? Like you could have just posted my stuff just because you fuck with me. Like
I think
that's how I even with charity. Like I love charity stuff. I
yeah.
always post charity stuff. Like at my women's event, like the first person I thought about to do my media coverage was charity because charity always show love to me, but we just align with what we talk about, what we
Mhm.
like. And I love how she speaks so heavily on Black people stuff, like whether it's music, the music for the week. Like I'd be like, girl, like how you think of just putting good music that drop like also the shade room, like everybody who dropped this Friday, like just stuff like that. I like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and she likes stuff I post. Like she'll be like my favorite show on, or oh I tried this, but I'm gonna go try here. So
Mhm.
it's like just little stuff like that. That's why I vouch for her to even be on this episode. Cause like I just see it's just genuine. Like she just does it just because. So it's like if you do it for me just because, I'm gonna do it for you just because.
For sure.
Right. I was like the genuine word that's important to me. So for me, I'm the type of person I don't really care if you do it back because if I'm doing it, it's because I genuinely like. Like for example, I'm somebody I tell my friends all this. If you post a picture, if I'm somebody I just don't go liking stuff just because oh you posted this or you did this. Like if I don't like them, I don't like it. And so I think when it comes down to support, if I support you and you don't support me, maybe whatever I have going on maybe doesn't align with your likes or whatever case may be. Even though I feel like a repost is whatever, but or maybe it don't go with your niche, whoop you do. But I feel like if I like it, I'm gonna support. So I don't really look at it in an exchange thing, which I probably should. But it's, in my head, it's like if you sell something that I'm interested in or aligns with my niche or what I like, I'm interested in, I repost and I keep reposting or I'll shop or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I had to get out of that mindset, especially with me being a lash tech. For when I first started, I was like, dang, none of my friends like book with me. I don't think I ever had a homegirl to book with me. And I used to take that so personal because it's like, huh? But I had to realize maybe y'all don't get individuals. Maybe y'all wear strips. Maybe y'all I have
But
homegirls
do they
that don't wear
repost your work?
no.
So I think, but in that aspect, I think you should start looking at it as a support thing because for me, I don't do lashes. But even for my events, I have you, even your perfume. I like perfume, so I have you come set it up. I don't know you like that. Well, now I do, but when we first met, I didn't. But I didn't know. I don't know you for the past years. We really just met. So even with that, it goes back to still a repost is nothing. Like you can still
Mhm.
share my stuff. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. But if I know this is something my friend trying to do and accomplish, why wouldn't I repost it? So don't keep pushing that under the rug. You need to start using that as an eye opener going in 2026 because I don't like lashes. Everybody know I don't like lashes, but you have other stuff that you like too that people could still repost and have people
Mhm.
get into. Like when Kiana set up her perfume table, I'll grab people like, this shit smell good. Like this smell like baby lotion. Like go smell it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like that. Like, don't keep pushing that under the rug because you're gonna keep excusing their little whack ass behavior and they're gonna keep thinking it's cool. And then no, like if you
That's what
fuck
I'm
with me,
saying.
support me.
I
Period.
probably should like look more into it, but I just like I think being getting this whole entrepreneurship thing, I learned to like not take a lot of stuff personal because I think I would sit and dwell on it and be like actually like overdo it. It's like you know what, forget like I got to do. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna continue,
Yeah.
but I think I do need to definitely
Yeah.
pay more attention. But it's like
But
I'm
don't
too
dwell
busy
on it
having
either.
emotion. It's
Yeah.
like I don't got you know what without a repost because it be posts like that on TikTok where it's like you have to realize like your friends or your family is not your audience. Okay, that's fine, but like you say, what's a repost? You don't have to
That's what I'm
shop, but
saying. And
what's a
when you
repost?
up, they're gonna be there like, no, you couldn't even repost it. So don't dwell on it. But at least like, okay, I noticed that.
Take a mental note of
Yeah,
it.
like a mental
Mhm.
note.
Mental note,
'Cause
it's noted, but
yeah,
it's like
even
I ain't
with
finna
me,
do too
yeah,
For
much.
sure.
yeah, it's noted. But
I
don't when I start touching these rats and it's oh, let me get this. Like you couldn't
Yeah,
Mhm.
even
because
just
it's
give me
like
a
y'all
repost for a
always
like.
like you always want Kiana to show up, but the stuff that's making me the coin, you don't even want to repost.
So
Maybe
why
your
would
coin.
you reap the
Yeah,
benefits of that?
yeah.
Like, no,
Mhm.
don't dwell on it, but it's most definitely going to be noticed and taken into
For sure.
consideration.
Charity?
I think when it comes to support, I support a lot, especially once I started with 20 somethings being more like
Mhm.
at events and things like that. And I started feeling like I was like getting some stuff out the mud, starting from the bottom. That's when I was like, okay, let me support some of these other people because now I get it. You're building something, it's not
Mhm.
going to be big from the start. So I'm like, let me make sure that I am showing my support to things that I do actually support, so it's not like I wouldn't just like go out of my way and be so into something if
Mhm.
I'm only into it because they was into my stuff. They like
Mhm.
my stuff. I might not like their stuff. Their stuff might not be for me, you know what I mean? But when it comes to that support, I would definitely say to just focus on who does support you and just, pour into those people and know that that is your community, that is your target audience and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you focus on just who's not supporting, you will realize, yes, it is some of your friends. Yes, it is some people who you thought they watch your stories, and then when stuff get big, they're like, "Oh yeah, girl, I knew you could do it. Did you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did
That's what
you
I'm saying. If
really?"
you don't take that mental note, you're not gonna remember
For
that. But
sure.
you have to always take that mental note. But like Trisha said, show up. Be appreciative of who showed up
Mhm.
for sure.
And I got a
Exactly, and
perfect
they'll
example
people
for
will
y'all.
notice that too. Like when they see you really rocking with the people who was rocking with you, like
Yeah.
my internet friends, we internet friends, honestly. My internet friends, people who I met doing 20 somethings media things, like in doing my mini mic stuff, like mini mic interviews and everything. Some they go pretty hard for 20 somethings, harder than some people that I know personally. So
Mhm.
I mean, when they see me all in their face, all like I've known them for a long time, then they're like, maybe I should show some more love to the 20 somethings. Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah,
Maybe you
for
should. Like,
sure.
yeah, I love my friends, but I had to like, and just because of what 20 somethings is, like a multimedia platform, they don't always like, when I was starting it, they were like, I don't know what you got going. I don't know what it is, but I like it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
So it took them a while to get into it. And I remember noticing like, I had the page for like a year and some change. And some of my friends is just now following it. I was like, hell, you ain't follow this page before. But,
Mhm.
again, focus on who supports you,
Yeah.
support them.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the bad guy in this. And this I asked y'all that because it's gonna lead into something after. So my example to y'all is I got two great grandmas. Two great grandmas that's alive. One is in a nursery home and one is at home. She can't even walk.
Mhm.
They watch my podcast. Every episode I post, they watch it and they text me.
Mhm.
So if my great grandmas can watch my shit and then come and give me some feedback, man, I don't give nobody no. I don't give a fuck you my friend.
Yeah.
Like I'm big on support. I'm not posting nobody shit you don't support me.
Your
Like
grandma don't care you be cussing on here?
no, she don't, cause she know it's real. Like this shit is authentic. Like grandma, you know I love you.
Just finna
Both,
say that.
both of y'all, both of y'all.
was flying
Gra-
out this episode. My
gra-
bad.
gra-
Oh,
gra- grandma,
easy.
grandma Barbara, grandma Jeanette, I love y'all dearly. I appreciate y'all. And even, even that, they bought shirts from me. They bought my podcast merch. It ain't none of my dogs bought my shit except one. And
Yeah.
I hang around a lot of niggas. So it's like I look at that shit and like I said, y'all take note of it, but I make sure that shit known.
Yeah.
Like nigga, you can't ask me for shit.
Mhm.
I fuck with you. You my dog. Like I do whatever. But when it comes to you trying to get some shit out the floor, nah, nigga, remember that. You feel me? I think it's kind of different for men because it's like for me, I put my all into this shit. I'm not saying y'all don't, but I put my all into this shit each and every day. So like you liking it, you reposting it, cool. But like you can do that, nigga. You under little baby shit. You under all these
Hello,
other
you all
niggas
in
shit.
these DMs.
Playing
So
gorillas,
like,
fire
you,
emoji.
you
Like,
feel
Like,
like
fire emoji.
you feel me? Like you telling little baby happy birthday, like my nigga,
Yeah,
like
man, your little baby. Little baby ain't probably
you
will
feel
never know who you
you
is.
feel me? And then like they go out here,
funny.
and buy all this other shit. Like I ain't telling people they can't buy my shit, but like shit, send a nigga $5 donation.
Mhm.
Keep a nigga motivated. Cause I'm getting up here, you watching my shit. I'm doing it for everybody, but
Yeah.
it's for me. So I take that shit kind of personal, you feel me? And the reason why I ask y'all that question is because I feel like as women sometimes it's hard to get a lot of support. A lot it depends on what you're doing. Like for instance, like I'm not saying we gotta talk about this. Like for female rappers, sometimes they don't even get love because they ain't
That
really
shit is
talking about shit.
trash. But to go
But
back to what you
that's just
said,
an example.
I just was having this conversation with my boyfriend, and this girl had a business, and he was like, what made people even think, to start a business like that? And I was telling him like a big thing that would help females better, and I hope they take note of this, is who you are first. Like when I first meet you, like for me, I'm very out there. Like I'll joke a lot, I talk shit, I laugh. So that's like what you're gonna get when you first meet me. So it's gonna be kind of hard not to fuck with me in a sense. So it's like whatever I do, I always say if somebody was to give me a zip and they wanted me to sell it, or a pee and wanted me to sell it, I know I would be able to sell in a day just because people fuck with me and it's me that's selling the zip. I don't even probably know nothing about gas, but because I'm selling it, they're gonna buy it because it's me.
Yeah.
So it's like when you interact with people and you just show that genuine love, back to being genuine, like you're just funny, you're truly a people's person. It's like it's hard not to support you.
Mhm.
But when females don't go with that, and if I first meet you just gotta rest all the resting bitch face, that bullshit. But it's like if I'm first meeting you and you's not really welcoming to me and like, hey girl, like I got this business, like try a few
Mhm.
things. It's like why would I support you? You're not even welcoming to me just as a person,
Yeah.
meeting you off, just face to face. So your first impression is everything. That is a real thing. Like it really is. I don't think people understand that. Like if you're not carrying yourself with just being a people's person and fun and just that light and just attracting people, it's gonna be hard for me to support you. Like you selling hair, you want me to book with you, but it's like people under the comments ain't get their order and you're not responding to them. How the fuck I'ma order hair from you? Like, you ain't even responsive, but you posting all these bags and shit. It's just showing me you using the people money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's like people who actually care, like, did you get your product? Like, people that be like, this one burger Chuck, I get burgers from Maxtro's. Like, sometimes when I message them, "Hey, are you guys open tonight?" They don't respond. The next day, they'll be like, "Oh, we didn't see your message." They'll send me, like, a coupon for a free burger. Like, just stuff like that. Like, just that common courtesy and being just a people person. When you go to they food stop, you waiting for a minute, they give you water. Sometimes they add extra fries in the bag. So just little stuff like that, just being a people's person, that just
Mhm.
make people go so much further. And I feel like girls just need to learn to just be people's person. There's nothing wrong with being friendly.
Right, I think, piggyback, I think nowadays, like, it's cool to be, like, this mean, like, mysterious and, like, not friendly kinda thing. Like, I think I had to learn is being in the service industry, first impression is everything. When you walk through my suite door, from the time you see me, I'm greeting you, "Hey, how you doing?" Making conversation, "Was this far for you?" "Okay, how did you find me?" Like, making that conversation, and it's the atmosphere that you provide. It's nobody will ever forget that first greeting. I always say, you meet somebody that stink one time, they musty, whatever the case may be, they probably won't be stink no other day, but you gonna not never forget that time that they was stink. So same thing with like anything else. When they first come in, they never gonna forget. You know what? She was probably a little far, whatever the case may be, but when I came in, she got right to it. I didn't have to wait. She didn't have me sitting outside 30 minutes. Or maybe she was
Mhm.
accommodating. Maybe, she waived the late fee because she understand I was coming all the way from Clearmont. Like I
For
have
sure.
clients that come from Daytona. And whenever they're late, I don't, "Oh yeah, sorry, 5 minutes, sorry, boo," or cancel their appointment. I don't even charge them a late fee because the fact that you're supporting me all the way from another city that's 45, 50 minutes
Yeah.
away is important.
I full
Small stuff
traffic.
like that. You get what I'm saying? So I think first impression is everything. Being genuine, like you say, just being you. Like I'm the type of person I come in, I do speak. I don't have to come in like even it kills me sometimes. Granted, okay, the RBF, like I
She has
sometimes
it bad.
no, I
Has it real
unintentionally have
bad.
it, but if you talk to me, Imma talk back.
But some people, how are they gonna wanna talk to you when that's how
But
you
that's why I
looking?
try to initiate things first. Being a service provider, I'm got into the space where I have to initiate first interaction sometimes. So that's kind of why I do that.
Yeah.
So like for example, if I'm out, I do try to, "Hey, how you doing?" Like or speak when I come in a room and like you say, be myself. Whole time I'm a troll. So it's like I come in, I talk shit, politic, do what I do. And I think people come in and they gravitate towards that instead of trying to come in, glasses, shades on. "Yeah, don't talk to me." It's like,
Yeah.
girl,
Mhm.
what?
I can't
That's
giggle.
being
That
a
is
people's
crazy.
person, like how you said people need to learn how to be it. Some people really just don't have that. And I wish that they would just acknowledge that I just should not be in a customer service
Hello.
role. It'd be the meanest girl you know who now do lashes. Who the
Yeah, like, girl,
meanest girl you know want you to come
Whole
and sit in a
apartment
chair,
dead
come
quiet.
to
Like,
her house, come to her apartment and have you do her hair. And don't you dare be late. Now it's stank face for real when you walk in. I can't
blocked off the site.
like I am so far from that. Like going back to what you said originally, just because of like who you are and just people knowing you as a kind person, no matter what you do. Like you use the example if you were selling some gas,
Yeah.
that people would buy it just because it's you. But literally, I mean, you could do anything and people are going to support it just because off the
Yeah.
strength of
Mhm.
knowing you and who you are. And I think that's a blessing. It's good to have that. But if you don't have that, I don't know. Maybe you've
Makes
got
it
to go a little
hard.
harder.
Yeah, cause I
yeah.
would've never thought I threw parties, like, I always say that, like, doing brunches in the club, like, that was never, like, a goal of mine, like,
Mhm.
ever. But
Honestly, if
when
we're being honest, Ruthie, I just thought about it. Would you think you just smiley like Chucky sit there with a smile on your face? You kind of got RBF too, though.
I really don't because I don't. Like, I really don't. If I don't wanna be bothered, I usually go to space. Like, for example, if I go to the grocery store, I get stopped a lot sometimes when I go even the kids, like, the kids will text me, like, "I was in Walmart, somebody just asked me if I'm your" like, they like, "You Ruthie Simmons?" But, like, I purposely would go to the grocery store early in the morning or late at night because I just know I don't wanna be bothered. But it's like if I'm going somewhere where I have to meet people, I'm smiling, I'm hugging. Y'all see when people take videos with me and I'm in the function, I'm in their camera like, "Ah, cousin," like, you know what I'm saying? I just went to Bath and Body Works and we was buying Kindle. The girl was like, "I watched your video." And when I was leaving, I was like, "Bye, cousin." I don't even know who she is. I didn't even get her at. So it's like, I don't have a resting bitch face, but when I don't want to be bothered, I make sure I'm not in a proximity where I could be bothered. But back to what I was saying about the brunches, Hello.
Well,
Yeah, so
no, because I
you
had
threw
to
me
clock
off.
that because you out here trying to make it seem like
But no, but Keon, but sometimes you do be having it. Like when I first met you, I told you that. Like you do be having that. But because I'm a troll and I know how to talk shit and I poke at people to get them out of that, I'm good at that. But when I first met you, you wasn't.
Oh, well, I know you're too busy watching the episode, but just take a moment to look at the link down below. Make sure you subscribe to the Truth Lounge. Make sure you join the Truth family. Living your truth. This is the perfect place to be, and I appreciate you for tuning in and watching the episode. However, make sure you click that link below, get early access to merch, get early access to all episodes, and of course, get the behind the scenes of everything that everybody want to see. Go.
Like open arms, da 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 da. Like I was shocked that you even asked to ride me for the first episode. So it was like we had to work to get to that level where we talk. But like I even tell you when you do my perfume, I'd be like, smile, girl, like laugh, like get
I
to
do, but
people.
it's like they get that though. Like I
But
think
they have to get there. Sometimes people want that first. Like at my first one, I had to grab your arm. Like I like her. Like here, this Keon. I just met her. She got
Mhm.
perfumes. I'm like, pull the perfumes out. Pull the perfume out your bag. Like you know what I'm saying. But it's like she didn't know. And in her defense too, that was her first time going to something like that too, where she didn't know everybody. And sometimes that could be a thing too. When you don't know people, you kind of like a little standoffish because other girls are mean. So it caused you to come off like a little standoffish because I don't know if you're gonna be welcoming to me, how I'm welcoming to you. But because I've gone through dealing with so many females, it's like I just know how to work with females. I'm good at it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just to rebut off of that, I don't think I don't think it's even a gender thing per se, because y'all haven't seen me outside at all. I don't think so. But
Just met you today.
yeah, nice to meet you again.
Right, pretty good
But
so far.
nah, a lot of people that I hang with, they say I'm like the security guard because when I go out, like I feel as if like my emotions show through my face all the time. You'll know if I'm mad. You'll know if I don't want to be bothered. Like for instance, I was out yesterday and the music was ass. Like what you think I'm just gonna be like? Hell no, I'm in.
I just felt like
But
that
that yeah,
right.
that could play a
I'm
role too. Like,
I'm
then it been lame. Like,
yeah,
I'm ready to
like you
go.
feel me? So like a lot of people, I think like I don't really want to say I have a bad resting face. I probably do, but it's like I feel like it's just based on the circumstances. So like I know you say like it's just a girl's thing, but like nah, like
I think
sometimes
it's a guy's. It could be a guy's
because
thing
like
too,
people
though.
like damn, bro, like you look like you finna fight. I'm like, bro, I want to go home. Like I don't want to be here. Like I told my dog that yesterday. Like
But I be feeling like in moments like that, go.
yeah,
Like, go. Because don't ruin everybody else's experience or,
But it's like, why does I affect you? Why you like? I think of it. Why am I affecting you that bad?
it's
Like,
You can
not
feel
that,
that
but you
energy
it's
can
not
yeah,
that.
but it's
feel
like
it.
you can
I
also know how. Like, I'm the type of person. I don't care if you over here, y'all me. I'm doing me. I'm having fun. Like, I don't think people. Yeah, energy is strong, but I'm not finna let you deter me to like making me like you said, go home or
No,
want
but
to
if
do
we're
everything
out
else.
together and you're acting like that, leave.
No, yeah, if we're out together, but I'm
Yeah.
saying in a
But if we
big
in a
setting,
function,
like,
yeah, I'm not
yeah.
caring about no corner if I'm
No,
in
if
my
it's me and
section.
you acting weird, yeah, we're
Yeah,
leaving.
like,
No,
or
but
you can leave. I'm staying. If
well,
that's
that's fine too. But like
yeah.
I'm saying in general,
y'all,
in a,
but y'all ain't finna start, bro. No, 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 no,
But no,
not at all.
yeah, like, I get what she's saying too. Like, just not let people affect you. But sometimes it just be like, dang, like, girl, we having a good time.
For sure.
Like,
You're in a space where you want everyone to be having a good time too.
yeah,
It's
sometimes
like,
you
okay,
gotta have a good
but
I'm
time.
everybody'
good.
personality is different also too. So
And
you have
that
to
and then
understand that
all goes
people
back to stay
genuinely be
home.
shy. People genuinely be shy. I had to realize that, like, being a service provider, it got me out my comfort zone a lot, especially growing up predominantly the only child on my mom's side. Like, I grew up talking to teddy bears. Like, I grew up being alone. My communication skills was terrible. Like, so I think this
Mhm.
helped me realize I had a sense of being a little shy. So I think me being a lash tech for 4 years really helped me get out that comfort zone where realizing like people genuinely don't be mean girl or have an attitude. Genuinely, they just shy. They don't know how to have a conversation. Some people don't even know how to communicate. So I think that's something that I try not to take personal too. Sometimes when we're out and people have social anxiety. I suffer from that greatly. The beginning of 2020 and on. Like, some people just don't know how to function around other people. So that's why I say too, like, I try to give like grace where I'm like, okay, maybe you not this mean stuck up girl. Maybe you just really trying to like get comfortable. Like, cause that used to be me. I used to go out to the club and even not even club outings and just kinda be like, "Ooh." Because deep down, I don't even know how to come out and be like, whatever, but now I think my business helped me tremendously. Things like this helped me tremendously with
But you have to
being
get into stuff like that to help you. But if you're not doing those things to help you,
but internal
we
work
don't know that.
internal work,
That
like
too, though. So it's like if you're not putting yourself out there to change, it's like we don't know you have. We might not know you have social anxiety. So to us, it's like, why are you in this big function and you the whole time you're not speaking to nobody
but
who's
that's testing
insane?
it. Of course, you're never gonna get through it if you don't also put yourself in those shoes. Like, I'm afraid of flights. I can't never get over my fear if I don't keep going. I have to keep flying to in order to get used to it. So I think sometimes you have to get in those environments to get used to it. Like, you have to get in those be in those situations where it's like, okay, this wasn't so bad. You never know, like maybe if that was their first event, second, or maybe like you said, sometimes it's just the vibe. So I think sometimes you have to be tested by putting yourself in that situation. Like what they say, you need to do what you're scared of in order to get over that fear. Like you have to keep doing it. And that's why I say I try not to take it personal by just kind of like letting them like, okay, maybe you had a bad day, girl. Maybe or which granted, if you have a bad day, baby, stay home. Like don't like you say, don't be bringing. But genuinely speaking, maybe I was like I say, I was just in a funk. And my friend got me out the house. Like she like, I called you. I was on the phone. I was finna lose my mind. So my friend, she realized that she took me out. My energy was very off. I was just very like, I wasn't me. I wasn't trolling. I wasn't laughing. It was just like I was there, but she got me out sometimes, and I needed that. So
Yep.
I think sometimes it just depends. But I try to really think that some people genuinely just be shy. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, I be feeling that, but I'm also big. I don't give excuses either, though. Sometimes when you give people too many passes, like, you know what I'm saying? People be treating you like shit. Everybody going through something. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't you? I really don't, because I don't let people use that so long, and they continue to treat me like shit. So it's like for me at this big age where we're 25, halfway to 30, like, come on now. Like
Yeah, I
at
think
some point, it's like you're not gonna keep doing me like green or just being so mean to me because you're going through something. I'm going through something as well, but that is you didn't do that to me. So why
exactly.
should I treat you like that? Mind you, everybody's different. But this is what therapy for and these different activities and stuff is for. But
Mhm.
I'm not gonna keep excusing people's behavior just because we are going through something or
For sure.
like, no, go seek therapy for that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just to piggyback off of that, I think that's why my friends invite me out a lot because I'm an outlet for majority everyone that I'm close with. So whenever they do invite me out, it's like, bro, like, come on, bro, like, you the life. Like when I'm turned, I'm turned. I ain't gonna lie, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll
I
be
can
on
see
another
that.
level. Yeah, like if you seen it, you seen it. But like I'll be on another level. So like they cling to that, and whenever I'm around, it's like a sense of comfort. But
Yeah.
sometimes you like my face will look
Facts. I'm the same.
like what the fuck? But in reality, I'm chilling. So
Yeah.
it's case in case. But before I continue, because now I'm finna go into a deeper segment with things. Charity, did you want to share anything with that topic?
Not too much. Honestly, I just realized that people are just different than me. Cause like,
Hmm.
even with the both of y'all, I say y'all kinda have to, like it's like a little bit of an egg to, like, crack, and then y'all are, like, real, like, more relaxed, I'll say. But me, I just am kinda like I'm, like, Girl Scout happy all the time. Just off the rip, I'm very, like so I just have to acknowledge that everyone is not like that. So,
Uh-huh.
For
I
sure.
when people have, like, maybe, like, they're slow to embrace a person, or, like, when they're a little, like, shy, I just be like, "It's okay," for me, I feel like I never meet a stranger. I will talk to people in the grocery store like I know
Hello.
Hmm.
them, kinda thing. So, I mean, it's just however they receive that. If they not real into it, I'm like, "Let me leave you alone," kinda thing, and just keep it pushing from there. But that's just
For sure. So now I want to kind of turn up the segment just a little bit. I want to dive into a portion about the origin of the women that you guys are. So what I mean by that is kind of what played a factor in your life that kind of structured your womanhood. In a sense, to basically what I'm saying is what messages, what advice, what wisdom was given to you in order to make you guys the women that you are today. Because you guys are great people. You guys have great personalities. You guys have great characteristics. What does that come from? What does that steer from? Because I feel like sometimes, which in my case, my characteristics, my development comes from the trauma that I went through. I will never say that, it's just everything were just good for me. I had somebody that guided me. I didn't have a guide. I just witnessed other people go through things and I went through my own shit and I knew what to avoid. So I'm still learning how to become a man because I wasn't guided to the way that I should be a man. I just knew what not to do. It's the same thing like getting in trouble. I've seen people go to jail. So I know not to do the shit they did to go to jail. So what origin or what was passed along throughout your life that kind of got you guys to be the women that you are today?
I feel like that was the same for me. Like, honestly, my parents' marriage was like, ugh, like DV, cheating, stuff like that. And I'm the oldest, so my upbringing, we always some of my siblings didn't go through the same thing I went through, but we grew up in the same household.
Mhm.
But like being the oldest and always seeing what my parents went through, I just knew I didn't want to be shit like that. Like there was never anyone that set a tone for what I wanted to be like at all. I say that to this day, like I didn't have no role models. Like there's nothing that anyone taught me that I wanted to be like. And it's so hard to believe because how close I am with my family. But like behind closed doors, I'm very personal and I don't like talking about my personal business. But it was just like it wasn't great. Like just seeing how my parents' marriage went, and like even now I haven't spoken to my dad for like 4 or 5 years. And it's like even now, even learning and healing through that, like becoming an adult, it just you realize like a lot of stuff you shouldn't tolerate, or that's not normal, or that's
Mhm.
not okay. And I just know I just didn't want to be like that. Like
For sure.
that's pretty much all it was, like, just the trauma and stuff, and then shielding my siblings from it. They had very great upbringings, like, they were just telling my mom, like, it's so crazy seeing kids. I've had kids, and they always had stuff to do, like, I would take my parents' debit card and put them in my car, we'll do something every weekend, like, they never had a childhood where they weren't doing anything, like, them kids will tell you they had the best childhood ever, like, even to
Mhm.
this day. But for me, it was like, I had to see my mama cry, like, I had to be that shoulder for my mom, or, like, if my parents slept in separate rooms, my mom would come sleep with me, or, like, if they got into a fight, I would jump in the middle and then be in the fight. So it was like stuff like that I had to go through so they didn't go through. But yeah, that's just kind of how it molded me today. Like that's why I'm very big on like I don't like when men be playing with women because it just triggers my trauma a little bit
Mhm.
of like, I seen that at home and I don't like seeing that like in front of me.
Exactly.
So yeah, just being intentional, being kind to people, like just stuff like that just mold me into the woman I am today. Yeah, pretty much.
Likewise, going through stuff, but also at being reflective. Like, I think you could go through something if you don't realize, actually sit back and want to grow from a situation, then it's hard
Mhm.
to become a better woman. You get what I'm saying? Like, I literally said that at the beginning of this podcast. I think this year was a character development. I went through different hills, like within different situations, where I had to realize if you want a different outcome, you have to try. Sometimes you have to try and be a certain way and realize maybe that does not work,
Mhm.
maybe like the approach does not work. So definitely, I think, like you say, just really going through things and realizing and being self-reflective too. Cause like you say, you could go through things and if you have that pride, you could realize, oh, it ain't me. I think something I really realized is letting go that pride this year. I have to really sit down and be like, okay, like self-reflect, realize like you probably could have did this different or you probably
Mhm.
could have looked at this a different way. So that's pretty much it. I can't say that like, even though me and my mom are super close, my mom was a teen parent. She had me at 15 years old. So a lot of this was we're growing up together. So I feel like my mom, like we still talk on the phone to this day, like we're sisters. We talk and we're still doing life together. So I think really just kind of finding my way in that aspect, just kind of seeing certain things, especially when it comes down to being in a predominantly women house. I didn't have like those male figures. So even how to talk to men, that was something I had to experience and go through certain things to realize, okay, maybe that's not the right approach because I'm gonna probably end up maybe like my grandma or my mom, where like marriage isn't really a thing or like having a male around isn't a thing. I know that's
Mhm.
not the future I want. So if I want to be a woman and have this future with a man or whatever the case may be, just in general, I have to realize maybe my approach, how I'm coming at them, maybe it's from what I've seen. Like I come from a family where like the B word to fly they mouth quick to a man. What are you talking about? Like, and so I had to realize like that ain't okay. Like my first situation, B word fly right out my mouth to him. Like you B word, but it's like I had to realize like why am I doing that? That's what I'm
Mhm.
used to. So that taught me, okay, we're not like you. Nobody deserves to be disrespected like that. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure.
going through stuff like that, I would say.
Charity.
So I kind of have a opposite kind of story for my upbringing. I'm the youngest by like I have age gap kind of siblings. So like my sister, my closest sister is like 7 years older than me. My brother's like 13 years older than me. So between that and then also my parents have been together for like 30 plus years. So I feel like I have just a good example in each of them. Like my dad has always been in like managerial. He's been a manager of a lot of people for a
Mhm.
couple of years, like, as long as I've,
Management.
as like mhm, and for his career and everything. So I just feel like he's very good with knowing what to say, knowing how to talk to people. So that's just something that I've taken on in the way that I, live my life. Try to be very intentional with what I say to people, very careful with how I choose my words and everything, and just even with how you move, period. And then my mom she's similar to me in terms of personality, of just being real out there and like bubbly kind of thing. So I saw that in her and how people interact with her and people will do whatever for her if she asks them to do it. And I'm like, and it's because of how she is with them. She's very kind and just all of that. So I feel like I've also taken a piece of that and let that mold me into how I, navigate the world as a woman, as a person, period. And then as far as my personal experiences and everything, I think it's just really getting to know yourself.
Mhm.
What you'll go for, what you won't. I think I am usually someone who's very like I want to make other people comfortable to the point where I'm almost inconveniencing myself, and that's
Mhm.
something I've had to like get out of like recently in like the most recent years, I'll say. And I think that that's helped me to be a better woman, a better person, period, because when you're doing that, when you're making people other people so comfortable and pouring in their cup and everything, you'll mess around and your cup will be empty. And I can't
Mhm.
show up and be as good of a person, as good of a woman as I want to be, as I feel like I should be if I have been, being there for everybody else and I ain't really checking in on me.
For
So
sure. And that leads into my next question because as you see, it's two different playing fields in a
Mhm.
sense. So does your upbringing make it harder for you to connect with people that may have a different upbringing, like a more traumatic? Because in a sense, like I know some people that have been through trauma, whenever they see people that have a great upbringing, two parents in the household, everything is nice, they'll be quick to say, you don't understand.
Mhm.
You don't relate. You know what I mean? So when you deal with people like that, how does that work? And the same thing with y'all, like if y'all interact with people that may have a nice upbringing, they try to relate or comfort you by saying like, "Oh, it'll be all right." Like this happened for me when they really don't understand what you really went through. How do you guys kind of navigate through that? Because it can be confusing and it can lead to conflict because it's a misconception between the 2.
I mean, you just have to first of all know that y'all have very different experiences coming
Mhm.
into it. And I mean, I am like amongst my friends and stuff. A lot of my friends, their parents are divorced from when we was kids and things like that. But I think that my parents did a good job. I feel like of raising all of us so that we're not spoiled. That we're,
Mhm.
I'd like to say, humbly. We're pretty humble kids as well. They didn't always say like, "Oh, yes, we got all this money. We're good, we're good." And like just because it looks, good, it's traditional, doesn't also mean that there's nothing, bad going on.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think you just have to just, stay grounded and don't think that you are better than the other person because your
Mhm.
upbringing was maybe more solid, less traumatic or anything like
For
that.
sure.
And it can cause rifts. They'll think that you don't understand, which is like, no, I don't understand. But that's where it's and I get confused about the sympathy or the empathy, but I feel you. I can understand how I would feel if I was
Mhm.
in those shoes and just if anything, if you can't relate, just be there. You don't have to try to find like,
For
oh
sure.
yeah, maybe something similar when I didn't know. You don't have anything similar. You didn't go through anything like that. You know what I mean?
For
Just kind
sure.
of be there and hear them out for it, I'll say.
I think I'm actually going through that now with my boyfriend. We're so different. I'm Haitian. He's Black American. He's the only boy, youngest boy. I'm the oldest. I'm a girl. His parents been together 30 something years. His parents are in their 60s. My parents divorced when I was a freshman in high school, and they're like from the islands to America type of thing. So their
Yeah.
mindsets are really different. But when like he sees like the fights or arguments amongst us as family, it's so foreign to him, but that's why I'm dating him. Like Titus is my first. I always say he's my first boyfriend
Mhm.
because I feel like dating has to be intentional. And I knew if I'm dating, I want to be married, start a family
For
with.
sure.
But one thing I liked about him, which I wish people took like into consideration when they're dating someone, is their background. I wanted to be with someone who had that love at home. So when I raise my kids, because sometimes I'm very emotional, like I'm avoidant in a sense where I don't like to get too emotional with things. Because at home it was always like figure out what's next, what's next. Like I
Mhm.
used to always have to help my mama figure out da. So like I don't like to really sit and cry about things, which I'm learning to do now.
Mhm.
Like I cry more now as an adult than I did when I was
I
younger.
just said
But
that.
with him, I wanted to be with someone who had that love at home. Like
Mhm.
Christmas, they spend it at the grandparents' house. They do gifts exchange. Like this last Saturday, all have breakfast over there, the family. Like they do family reunions. Like they talk all the time. Like they just are a well put family. And my family was like that for quite some time, but it was still stuff going on at home that we just never talked about in public.
Mhm.
So I've been in the big ass house like my parents have. Like I've been through that, but it still wasn't healthy. So I want someone who had healthy, and he has that. So it was like for me to start a family with him, I don't even think twice about stuff like that. Like I know, and his dad's a pastor. He's strong in his faith and his word. So it was just like it just that even the trauma just made me want to be with someone just different from me.
Mhm,
So I don't think I really take it that deep when he can't relate because I know when we have kids and we start our family, we're gonna start our own traditions. Like
mhm,
we'll know how to attack these things because he has that at home and stuff like that. So but sometimes when I do be in my emotions, I'm a hothead. So when I'm mad, I'm like, I'm mad. But he learned how to give me space because I also don't like when you tell people something, they try to butt in and tell you their version. Like
mhm,
sometimes I just need to get it off my chest. And sometimes you really can't relate. Don't force yourself to relate to me because that's gonna piss me off because you really can't.
mhm.
But I'd rather you just be there, listen to me, or same, like, I'm always a friend that take people out. Take me out. Like, let's go get some drinks. Let's just go,
For
like,
sure,
have hookah. Let's go eat. Like, just find ways to cope with me, but I don't need someone to sit there and try to relate if they can, because it's not that deep for
for
me.
sure.
Everybody's life is different. Journey is different.
Mhm,
Yeah, and the same. I don't take it super personal when it comes down to stuff like that because I find interest in looking on the other side because I grew up
Yeah.
not having that father, figure predominantly in my life. Me and my dad has a good relationship now, but it took time for that.
mhm,
And so I didn't grow up in that marriage. How my parents were never married. They were young teen kids and they had me. So it was like I didn't grow up like that. So I find interest in finding people who are like that. It's like wow, like it helps me because then also it really has me realize that maybe there are some toxic ways or some toxic traits that I have that might not be the normal and I want to get rid of. So you help me realize things about myself that I probably thought was normal. Because again, a lot of people around me typically like when you do grow up in like that African American household, a lot of our stories are the same, especially when it comes down to having that father figure in your life. Like the males not being present in the thing. So that's kind of all was around in my community. So when I do encounter other people like that, I actually take it as like they help me out because now I'm able to self-reflect and be like, okay, this like even when it comes down to just certain things, like I say, coming when it communicating with guys, like having this whole like you had reposted something the other day, Ruthie, about like you're independent but you're not stupid, like
Mhm.
about like a guy helping out or whatever the case may be. Like that's a big thing. Like my family had instilled in me subconsciously you don't need a man. Do you need to just figure it out? Do you? And that's like the older you get, especially when you are intentional about dating and want to start a family, you realize that could be a very toxic way of thinking, and you can
Mhm.
run away a
Well,
really
the
great
man's
man.
supposed to be the provider.
When a man's supposed to be like, I was taught, forget the man, you do it. And so when it comes down to certain things, when I am dating, I had realized I had to self check. No, like this is what he want to do. So I think, honestly speaking, again, going back to character development, I realized maybe that's why a lot of my situations ain't work because a guy, we like a man want to feel needed. If you feel
mhm,
like you always got it, it's like, what am I here for? And I had to realize that, like, I'm not finna like. I sat here, I was talking to a guy, and I sat here and needed to move a couch. Went and got the U-Haul, picked it up, and everything by myself, and didn't say nothing. And I realized, I'm like, why? I like self reflected after the fact, and it was just like I have to realize,
You
like,
didn't
that's
stop
a
texting
trauma.
him the next day?
I didn't tell him, but after, yeah, no, it's obviously done for a reason now, but
Mm.
that was long time ago. But it's just like stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like in my head, I have to realize that's a trauma response.
for sure. And I feel like, just being vulnerable with y'all, of course. Y'all all don't know me like that. I'm gonna be a buck. But in my circumstances, whenever I have talked to people, I've ran off some good women. And I'm gonna just be honest. And the reason why I did that is because through my experiences when I was going through my depressions and my traumas in high school, I kind of got into that phase where like people started playing with me. And I held on to that dearly. So whenever somebody good came around, it was more like, all right, you just here because you finna be here for a little bit and then you gonna start to play with me too. So
You used to be them types that used to hate everybody.
not I used to think, yes. I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not I'm not
Be
I'm not I'm
honest.
not I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I used to hate everybody and I used to think people hated me. I
And
used
ain't
to
nobody do nothing to you. I
my
couldn't stand people like
Yeah, it's
that.
like
my
them victim,
my
like, bro, ain't
It's not a
my
nobody
victim.
even.
I
but
mean, I wouldn't
but
say victim because, like you said, he was battling depression. But
yeah,
sometimes you'll force your mind to think that, and it's like everyone ain't out to get you, boo.
for
And
sure.
It's
I
And
like,
like a
and
victim.
and and that's why like, I used to it used to suck too because now I'm in therapy. I just started therapy last month. But it's like when I was going through that time, I used to be like, man, like, I know this motherfucker hating on me. Like, I done heard you talking shit about me. I done heard you doing this. But I know, like, in my heart, I said, bro, I know this motherfucker hate me. Every time I get around a certain person, I'll be like, man, I bet. Just
mhm.
do something. I'm gonna go off. Everybody that knew me at the time when I was never really a social person until I got to high school and I started promoting and shit like that. Then when that shit started happening, that's when all you just hear little whispers. And every time I heard something, even if people look at me wrong, you hating on me. And I used to be. That's why, like, I kind of like, I look back on my life. I could have way more friends, but I used to think everybody was hating on me. I used to think, no, nobody want to support me. No, nobody want to do nothing for me because of my trauma. And that caused me, because we talking about relationships at the moment, but that
Push
caused me to
people
run off good
away.
women.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot. I met a lot of good women, bro. Like, and what I'm going with is that when they came and gave me love or they cared for me,
You couldn't receive
I
it.
couldn't
You
receive
ain't
it.
know what to do with it,
Mhm.
really.
I didn't know what to do, because it's like always in the back of my hand, like I'm the target.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, at the time when I was going through my shit, I ain't have no money. I ain't have shit that they can take
I
from
feel
me
like
but a
that's
feeling.
another thing, but I feel like that's another thing for men too. Like sometimes that play a role in y'all being depressed. Like y'all feel like y'all don't have the money, or y'all don't have this, or y'all don't have that, and it start making
It's
you so
comparison.
angry. Yeah,
It's
because I used to
comparison.
go through the same thing with my boyfriend. He always say I'm an angel for him. I put him through therapy too, because it was
Mhm,
like, B, you either gonna go therapy or we're not gonna be together. I don't give a damn. I don't care
mhm.
how long we've been together. But I think with men, y'all go through stuff that we just really can't relate to. So it does take a lot of work, and I'm glad you said you're in therapy, because sometimes just having a therapist, and make you just see things different. Because us women could try to be there for you, but sometimes women could be too smothering. And it's like, you're not really understanding what I'm trying to tell you, girl. Like, you just trying to be so lovey dovey. I don't need that.
See, it's the thing when you say with that women be smart. I cling to women more. And I think that's an odd thing for me. Like I said, like I run away from the love, but I cling to women. Like I can be vulnerable with women more than I can be with my dogs. And the reason why is because I know in the backside, even even it could be in the heart, it could be in the back of your heart. Women show sympathy. Women show love
Yeah, of
to
course we
people they
do.
care for. Like my homegirls, I call them more than I call my dogs when I go through shit. Like
Usually.
because they'll sit there and they'll give you a whole breakdown of shit. Niggas, males don't look at things at a breakdown. They look at it like, if I tell my dog, like, bro, this girl just hurt me, bro. All right, bro, you
It's
good, bro.
like,
Go,
yeah,
But
go
that,
find go
but
find somebody else.
yeah, but
My
they need the healing as well. Like you said, you cling to your homegirls. Your homegirls ain't your lover.
Nah, you right. But
So you need to learn, because we all could cling to our friends. That's what friends
mhm,
are for.
for sure.
But at the end of the day, it matters how you start to respond to your lover. You don't want to always run to your homegirl while you have a lover at the end of the
Yeah, for
day.
sure. It's always a boundary in the line. But like, since I don't have that specific person, I feel like women just understand things more when it
Yeah,
comes to
we do.
emotional aspect. Like I don't have a lot of emotional mature friends that are males. A
Mhm.
lot of them are still on the back burner trying to, be young and turn and enjoy life at a young age. When now I'm in my career, I done did the things I want to do. I consider myself a successful young man. I can't be young and turn no more. Like I done moved on.
Right.
Like of course I go out, hang out with you, but I'm not trying to be in the phase of my life where I'm just juggling multiple women. You feel me? Like you said, you want to start a family. I'm pretty sure everybody here want to start a family. I want to do that. So I can't really vent to the people that want to be young and turn. All of my homegirls, they either in a relationship or they are seeking some type of family aspect, or they either have a good foundation of love to give. So that's what I like. My therapist is a woman, and so far has been great. I specifically chose women because I cling to them. But
Yeah.
my thing was why I mentioned is because my love life, I ran from everybody that clinged to me and gave me love. And I
Mhm.
didn't really notice that until I started therapy.
Mm.
So it's like it's in a sense like fucked up.
Mhm.
Because like you said, you cling to somebody that, has a good foundation, a good background.
I wouldn't say cling though, because
Well, you
I
you
make it very clear, because if it don't work, we both could walk away. I wouldn't
for
give a
sure.
damn.
For
Because
sure.
don't get too cling to people that you start losing your own identity,
Oh
your
yeah, for
own,
sure.
yeah. So for me, even though I love it and I want that,
Hmm.
don't get it construed if it don't start to, if it's not favoring me or favoring us or working.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be hesitant to walk away.
For sure.
But yeah, most definitely, I get what you're saying for
Yeah,
sure.
it's tough, and I'm glad y'all all said it because that made me think about that because I feel like that was one of the biggest things in my life, and I want y'all to like just if y'all have male friends, kind of like pick their brain about some shit like that
I
because
always
it's
do.
it's 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 tough. I'm not gonna lie, like we all go through shit like we said before. We all go through shit, but I really had to like sit back and look because most of the people that I work with or have worked with, they've been through 5 divorces. They've been through 3 divorces. They 35 and single. And that shit scares the fuck out of me.
Sometimes
Like,
people aren't satisfied though.
but like when you right.
Yeah, cause
And
I be like, you know,
you
I got a
right.
lot of homeboys. I do. I will even when sometimes with tired, my homeboys will call me in the middle of the night to vent, and I'm like in the bed with my man.
Hmm.
But I always listen. But some people like to sit in their misery.
True.
And that's what I cannot tolerate because, like you said, you put yourself through therapy. We're at that age where we can also seek resources. Because once again, I could sympathize with you. I could try to get where you're coming from, but I'm not a man at the end of the day. I don't have that eager strive to be a provider. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So there's certain things men go through where we can sit and sympathize with your homegirl, give you resources, but men still go through things where it's like, y'all need to talk to someone to really get it off your chest because I'm not a man.
For sure.
I don't have to carry a family. I don't have to be the protector.
Mhm.
Like, even though I got a gun, Ty's got a gun, but at the end of the day, if something go wrong, he needs to be front in line to protect
Mhm.
this family.
For sure.
So like I said, his therapist was a male, and the male both went to the same college, everything. It was more for him because another man could help you see it from a man's perspective.
Mhm.
So that's what I was saying for you. I love how you do have the woman, but try to also speak to a man too, just to kind of see from a male perspective. And men be grown and still be like prideful. They still think they
Overly.
young. So it's like, even the people you work with, don't even let that scare you off because they probably battling demons within their damn self that they can't even live up
Yeah.
to. But when you a true man of character and you strive, I always say that. Like, that's why with Ty, even when we used to go through shit, I always still tried with him because he still wanted to be a provider. Like,
Mhm.
he didn't run to other women, he ran to God. When
Yeah.
we had issues, he didn't go text other people and go and tell the people like, we gonna try to get this together, or he'll
For
talk to
sure.
his sisters, his family about it. So as long as you still have that drive of wanting to be a family man, I want to be a provider, like
Mhm.
I want to be the head of household, it's gonna work out because you still have that fight in you.
For
These
sure.
other men, they don't want to. They the new bitches. Like, they don't want to be men anymore. They don't have that example at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta have that example.
Yeah, and I think, just to piggyback off that, what my therapy is for, I think the biggest point in my life right now is finding joy. And I
Yeah.
think through finding joy, I have to dig deeper in my emotions. I don't feel like I can get that from another man because we're always taught to be this standing statue as strong as possible. I can't get that from another man. I feel like women carry joy in multiple different versions because majority of the time, y'all have to be strong. Y'all
Mhm.
have to be that emotional backbone, especially in a family. If your man come home and he tired and you know what I mean, you have to be joyful in order to pick him back up. Some men are just literally standing statues. They clock in, clock out. That's how they brain work. So I don't think I can get that emotional trait from a man. That's why I chose a woman provider in
Mhm.
order to, kind of bring that joy and that emotional aspect into my life. That's the
Yeah.
only reason I'm really in therapy for. But everything else, as far as like being, a provider, faith, just being strong. That's all of trauma. That's all of experience. That's always gonna be in me. But I
Mhm.
just want to get rid of that statue.
Yeah.
Be soft in a sense.
Yeah, but also remember too, sometimes us women, we go through a lot too.
For
Sometimes
sure.
y'all won't understand when hormones are off, when
Oh, yes.
postpartum and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So even though we always so joyful, we always have to be strong. Y'all gotta also to find that joy where you could be joyful for us as well
For
when we
sure.
And
can't
create
be.
that safe space for us
Yeah.
to be emotional because I
Mhm.
think, like, that saying where they be like, men don't want women because y'all don't let women, especially when it comes down to being emotional
Soft.
or softer. I feel like a lot of
Both
this
both sides too, for sure.
I feel like a lot of us will have to be this strong because there's not a safe space created. I feel
Mhm.
like I don't feel like I can be like become softer. Like that's something else battling in with dating. When I'm dating somebody, I want to be able to be the softer, especially being like you say, I do have sisters on my dad's side. So I am the oldest. And then it's like I say, coming from a situation where my mom, we're taught to be strong women. So I don't my mom like she taught me, hey, you need to just figure it out. Like, don't let nobody see you down. Like don't cry like all these closed doors. Like you say, this is the year that I realized I cried a lot this year. The older I get, the more I realize I cry and I realize it's okay. The very first time I even cried this year, I remember saying like, oh, you're tripping. Like something's wrong with you. Like when I've looked at crying as like a negative thing,
Mhm.
whole time it was just a defense mechanism. Like me feeling bad for crying was a defense mechanism because of my household bringing. But also too, when I'm dating these guys, I realize they're not creating that safe space for me to even like be that emotional. So that's why I feel like it was having that barrier with us too, which goes back to me self-reflecting, realizing, okay, well, regardless or not, I'm still going to work on myself and still create at least that safe space within myself to know that I am a woman and I want to have my feminine energy and have these ways. So regardless or not, I know that I'm not weak when I cry because that's like you say, we're emotional.
Mhm.
We have this intuitive thinking.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yes.
But date your friend too. I feel like when you date someone that's your friend, it helps. Like when y'all friends, like actually true friends, like me and Titus, we're friends as well. Like, even though he's my boyfriend, we're still friends. We talk shit, we joke, we laugh. Like if we want to vent, like we're still friends. When people just date just to like jump in a
Right.
relationship, y'all don't even really know
Know
each
each
other
other.
to
Fact.
even know how to handle each other. Like people are like, oh, we need to be boyfriends in 3 months. Like what? Me and Titus met 2021. We didn't become official till December of 2022. So it was like I had to get to know him. And even now we're still learning each other.
Mhm.
But when you have that friend, it just makes it a little bit more easier because you can actually sit and just have a real conversation where you don't feel like, am I putting too much on my man? But it's like, this is still my friend as well, my best friend,
For
my
sure.
partner.
Right. Like
'Cause it's,
lust aside, all lust, affection aside, like this I care for you on like
yeah,
outside of that.
genuine, yeah.
Charity?
Um,
With your new
I
man.
yeah, I know that was a lot.
I know, I'm fresh. But, with him so going back to what you said about how you kinda you're dating your boyfriend because he has a different background than you. So, I think that in all aspects of dating, you should want someone who is, like, at your level or higher, and that's in terms of, like, maybe, like, education, maturity, and as far as, like, emotional maturity, I'll say for, like, how you grew up. So, for me, when I was dating people and I'm, listening to them, if they're like, "Oh, yeah, it was just me and my mom," I'm like, "Okay, so you might expect me to do X, Y, Z."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's not really how I was taught. Like, that's just
Yeah.
not how I'm naturally gonna get down," kinda thing. So I would when I date, I would be looking for people who came from a background that's more similar to mine, or at this age now, if you're able to take your upbringing and see like, okay, maybe this wasn't ideal, and now know how you wanna turn and go from it. Because, yeah, 25, 26,
Yeah,
okay,
you
you were
have
you were
that.
your childhood trauma. Oh my god. Yes,
can't
it
put
was
on
bad.
forever.
But what have you done to
To make
fix
it
it? What have you
better.
done to get past
For
that?
sure.
And it's like, everyone's home life, it definitely does for a long, long time. It does influence how you act and how you show up in all spaces. But now you have to kind of like clock yourself a little bit. Like just be
Mhm.
more
Yeah.
self-aware and how will I move forward? Is this how I want to be for the rest of my life? Is this how I
Mhm.
want to be as a girlfriend? Is this how I want to be as a mom later on? And you just have to really just see like where you want to go with it. Like my
Okay.
Yes, my household was not very like we didn't really talk about emotions like that. We were never really like touchy-feely. So, I mean, I try to be that in my relationships, especially if that person grew up a little bit more, emotionally in tune with their families and
Yeah.
things. Like
For
I've
sure.
dealt with men that were very communicative with their emotions and stuff. So they're coming to me like, "How do you feel?" And I'm like, "Oh." Like, hold on. It was
It's a
just it was a
lot.
lot. It was a
Yeah,
lot. So
for sure.
yeah, with my boyfriend now, I think we have a good understanding of each other and our backgrounds and stuff. And like we are still learning each other. Like I said, it ain't even been a month, very fresh. So we're definitely still learning each other, and I look forward to learning just more about him. And just from what I know about his family background now, it's solid enough.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is solid enough for me. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
So
So, wait, hold on. This gonna be off book. So you popping out on the episode?
I
Like
mean,
a little song pop out?
I guess you could call it like a soft so
Hey man, hey,
Ear to ear.
whoever you
hello.
whoever you is, you got her in her cheese.
Hello. Yeah, cause she over here
Treat my
smiling
girl
like, girl, I'm
right.
over
Treat my
here. You
girl
got me
right.
smiling. It ain't even my situation. I'm over here.
I love hearing about
Oh
love.
my,
I'm just here
For
smiling
sure,
oh
for
like,
my
sure.
goodness. Cause I mean, and right now, like there was a Teen Vogue article that came out, and it's like some discourse of like, is having a boyfriend embarrassing and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, is your boyfriend embarrassing you?
hello.
Mhm.
Because and it's like I hate that it's even this stigma. I hate that I get nervous. Like, do I want to post a selfie of me and my man? This
Yeah.
selfie is cute. People need to
I
see
think
this.
it's
I
just the
hate
fear of
that.
it not lasting. But
Yeah, I think
sometimes
it's
it's okay
that.
if it don't last.
Right,
Because it
yeah.
just show you what you like and what you don't like.
I saw someone say we need to start dating like the white girls. Just post all of them. Date all of them.
Yeah,
Post
like
them all.
Tom, Jerry, Bob, like I'm just out here having a
Just
time.
post them all. But
Y'all
I hate
crazy.
that it's even like a nervous kind of thing about it. Cause I'm
That's what
like,
our community created.
Mhm.
yes. And
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Like
And
we don't even do WCW no like that was the thing. Like we used to
okay.
post the man that you want.
Got
Or
that
the
to be
man
honest, right on the
What?
face.
Thank you,
Like,
Hank.
like right,
I
I'm talking
want
about in
that.
the comments, like,
Yes.
to be honest,
Y'all
I like
crazy.
you broke my soul and I wanna talk.
Drop your kick. What's your kick
What's your
me?
kick at?
That was crazy.
Or post a man that's not even yours on Monday saying that you want them. Like, what?
Yeah,
And,
that
and
was
that was how
bold.
that was how you shot your shot back in. I just put that on my notes. I
Real
was like, let's
badass back in the day.
What?
very much, very much. But
Listen, but
that's a whole nother. Don't get me started
yeah, I
on
was gonna
that.
say we coming to the end anyway, so I do want to ask the question that I asked everybody. I didn't get to ask y'all last time. I think y'all episode was all the way in the beginning. Oh, for real? Oh, I'm getting old, so I tend to forget a little bit.
Mhm.
But
Boy,
just going around and Charity, I'm 45 years old.
Oh.
But just going around and asking y'all, what is one truth or one value that you guys feel like you should share with the world or share with people that are going to be watching this video? Y'all can go one by one, or I can start for y'all to set the tone.
you can
I
start.
usually don't even go, so I'm just this.
Yeah, go.
I'm vibing. I'm vibing right
Yeah,
now.
we
I'm
see it,
vibing. I'm
child. Go
vibing. I'm
ahead.
vibing. Y'all cool or whatever. Yeah. To be honest, y'all cool. But yeah, I feel like everybody and life should just start. I feel like starting is the hardest thing to do, no matter what the chapter may be, no matter what the task may be. Starting is always that mental thought that people always tend to run from. My biggest example that I can get of y'all real quick is me starting this podcast. I really thought about doing my podcast in 2023. People been told me to do a podcast. I always was like, nah, I ain't doing that. Everybody know me, I'm shy. Like I don't even when I was a promoter, my face would never be on the flyer, my name would never be on the flyer. It's always this random logo, random name that'll be on there. I never wanted attention. So when I started it, the impact that came with it was more than I can even handle. It was so much positivity, something that I wasn't used to. And now look at me. This is gonna be episode 25. So
Whoop
just
whoop, season 2.
starting is just getting yourself out there, doing the thing that you want to do, man, you'll be great. So my advice to everybody, always make sure you start. Don't worry about the outcome.
And I'm gonna go right after you because mine's literally, I agree. I think that's something. Do it scared, just do it. Because I think when you think too much about it, like you say you won't. Being a lash instructor too, teaching women, I have a lot of girls come in, they be like, yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. I was like, well, you took the first step in doing it by even being here, willing to learn. Because you will never know what if this works out. You get what I'm saying? So do it. I always post it in my notes. Do it scared. Post your business, post it. Who cares? Like, skip the aesthetic, forget the aesthetics, forget, oh, this, post it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Post that content. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So go ahead, Cherry.
I'll say what I often tell my friends is like like I just in random situations, whichever it is, I'm just like, you don't even know those people. Like, don't worry so much about what people think. I say other people's opinions of you is really not your business, honestly. Like, show up how you want to show up, how people perceive it is really what it is. Like, you can't worry too much about what people say, and don't let that be what is stopping you from doing what you want to do, starting what you want to start, and yeah.
Prez.
Um, dang.
Y'all said some good stuff too, though. I'm just
I
gonna say what y'all said.
I probably said don't lie on your resume.
Yeah.
And we're not
Facts though.
talking work wise, but don't lie on your resume. Like, just be truthful, be considerate, be intentional. Like, don't lie on your resume. Like, how you showing up is exactly how, like she said, people are gonna take you. Be intentional in the first greetings, those first appearances, because you don't know who you might affect or who might be your support system in the next venture that you decide. So just don't lie on your resume. Be exactly who you are and just, yeah, be considerate, be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Be real, because people can
Yeah.
tell when you're not.
Always be real.
For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. And Charity, you wasn't here for part one. I just want to test them. Do y'all know how I end my videos?
Huh?
Do y'all know how you
Gone.
you see, all right, we're gonna do it all together.
All
So
right.
I only see I'm just being too friendly with y'all, man. I don't see.
Yeah, we're just supposed to
Look,
get
I would
us
say,
off.
I'm just being a little too soft. I'm letting y'all do do the
thought we was
outro with me.
friends.
I'm letting y'all do the outro with me. We all can look at this camera because this is gonna be the main shot.
Okay.
So y'all know how I am with the outro. 1, 2, 3.
gone.
Gone.